It's the quiet things that hurt most: twisting a doorknob, tying a shoelace, opening a jar while pretending it doesn't sting. For many older adults, arthritis isn't just joint pain. It's a slow erosion of independence. And while you've likely tried medications, creams, supplements, few people talk about the role of protein and how the wrong kind can inflame you while the right kind can help restore you. Your body needs protein to maintain muscle, repair tissue, and support immune function. But after 60, protein becomes more than fuel. It becomes therapy. Because not all proteins are neutral. Red meat, processed deli slices, fried eggs, they can increase inflammatory markers like CRP and homocysteine, worsening the stiffness you wake up with every morning. But some plant proteins do the opposite. They cool the inflammation, support gentle digestion, and bring nutrients your joints have been quietly asking for. Let's look at 3 that don't just feed you, they help you move again. 1. Lentils, the calm muscle builder. You've walked past them 100 times. Tiny, dusty little seeds in a quiet corner of the store. No fancy label, no glowing health claim, just lentils. Small, simple, easy to overlook. But sometimes the most powerful healing doesn't arrive in loud packaging. It arrives soft, consistent, and deeply generous. Lentils offer something few foods do after 60, support without strain. They're rich in plant-based protein, the kind that doesn't flood the body with acidity. It doesn't provoke inflammation, doesn't demand extra energy to digest. For joints that wake up stiff, for muscles that hold tension all day, lentils offer a gentle kind of help. Inside them is magnesium, a natural muscle relaxer that soothes cramps, eases nerve pressure, and invites the body to release. They carry potassium, which balances the excess sodium often hidden in processed foods. That balance reduces fluid buildup, especially in swollen joints or stiff fingers. And they're rich in folate, a B vitamin known to lower homocysteine, a compound linked to chronic inflammation in joints, arteries, and even the brain. One patient once told me, "I didn't expect much, but after a few weeks of eating lentils, my hands stopped locking up in the mornings." That's the kind of change you don't notice at first, until one day the jar opens easier and you realize the ache didn't arrive like it used to. And here's the beauty. Lentils don't ask for much. They don't need soaking. They cook in 20 minutes. They're light on the gut and gentle on your budget. You can fold them into soups, blend them into veggie burgers, sprinkle them over salads, even stir them into curry for warmth that carries you through the week. They don't fight for space in your diet. They find a place quietly, and over time, they may just help your joints find a little more space too, because not all protein has to push. Some can soften. And lentils, they know how to do both. 2. Chickpeas, the versatile protector. They don't look like much, round, beige, plain, sitting quietly in a can or bag, often passed over in favor of flashier foods. But chickpeas carry something many joints desperately need: quiet protection. When your knees ache after a walk, when your fingers swell from holding a pan, you don't need intensity. You need something that works in the background, like chickpeas do. They're rich in plant protein, but their power comes from what rides alongside it. Inside each tiny bean are polyphenols, natural antioxidants that help reduce oxidative stress in the joints and connective tissue. This matters because arthritis doesn't happen overnight. It builds from years of micro damage, tiny flames that never get put out. Polyphenols help cool that internal fire before it damages more cartilage. Chickpeas also contain magnesium, which encourages muscle relaxation, better sleep, and fewer nighttime pain flares, a common complaint among those with long-term joint issues. And then there's vitamin C, quietly supporting your body's collagen production, which cushions joints and supports repair. Together, these nutrients form a shield, not an armor that blocks, but a gentle mesh that supports. What makes chickpeas unique isn't just what they contain, it's how easily they adapt to your life. You can roast them for a crunchy snack, mash them into hummus, add them to stews, curry, or grain bowls. Even bake with chickpea flour, a surprisingly soft option for arthritis-friendly breads and pancakes. They don't ask for perfection, they don't require culinary skill. They just show up, in whatever form you need. I had a patient in her 70s who said, I don't love tofu, but I can make chickpeas taste like anything I want, and that's why I eat them. That's the secret. Healing foods must feel livable, not just logical. So if your joints are asking for something softer, something kinder, start here. Let the chickpea teach your body that food can still support without overwhelming, and flavor can still come with relief. 3. Tofu, the gentle rebuilder. You don't have to be a fan of tofu. You don't even have to enjoy the word. But if your joints feel stiff in the morning, if standing from a chair takes more effort than it used to, if your muscles seem to fade faster than they rebuild, then tofu may quietly be the food you've been avoiding, but deeply need. Tofu is a complete plant protein, which means it provides all 9 essential amino acids, the building blocks your body needs to repair muscle tissue after movement, strain, or age-related loss. But what makes tofu truly unique isn't just the protein. It's the constellation of joint-healing nutrients woven into every soft bite. It's rich in calcium, which supports the scaffolding of bones and keeps your joints structurally sound. It's often fortified with vitamin D, which enhances calcium absorption, calms inflammation, and strengthens the immune system, a vital layer in managing long-term joint health. And here's where it becomes quietly extraordinary. Tofu contains isoflavones, plant compounds shown in multiple studies to reduce arthritis-related stiffness, improve mobility, and protect cartilage from breakdown. It also provides a rare plant-based source of omega-3 fatty acids, the kind of fat that cools the fire of chronic inflammation without burdening the liver or gut. And unlike other proteins, tofu doesn't demand effort from your digestion. It's gentle, adaptable, cooperative. You can pan-fry it until crisp, bake it into savory cubes, blend it into sauces, dips, or even soft desserts. Let it disappear into stir-fries or become the centerpiece of a simple bowl. One patient told me, "I thought tofu was tasteless. Turns out, that's the gift. It becomes whatever I need." And for a body in recovery, for joints in quiet rebellion, that flexibility matters. Because after 60, you're not just feeding muscles, you're rebuilding comfort, stability, ease. So no, you don't have to love tofu. But if you learn to let it in, even once or twice a week, you may find it meets your body exactly where it is. Not to overwhelm, but to help you move with a little less resistance and a little more trust. You don't have to stop eating meat. You don't have to follow rules that feel like punishment. But if you've been waking up stiff, avoiding stairs, or hesitating to reach for the things you once held with ease, your body might be asking for something gentler, not a restriction, a redirection. Because protein isn't just fuel, it's material, and what you build with shapes how your body holds itself, how it repairs, and how it feels to live in your own skin. You can choose proteins that inflame, or ones that calm, ones that leave residue, or ones that quietly rebuild what's been worn down. It doesn't take a diet overhaul, just a few small invitations, a soup with lentils, a salad with chickpeas, a dish where tofu softens instead of tightens. When you do, your joints may not cheer, but they'll sigh, and over time, you'll begin to feel what it's like when food stops fighting you and starts working with you. Because after all these years, your body isn't asking for perfection. It's asking to be met with care, and maybe with softer hands from the inside out. This week, try adding just one of these: a lentil soup, a chickpea salad, a soft tofu curry. Notice how your joints respond, not just in movement, but in how you feel the next morning. Have you tried any of these before? Did one of them surprise you? Tell us. And if you have a favorite recipe that soothes your body, leave it below. You might inspire someone to feel just a little more at ease tomorrow.